What's up, Endurifiers? This is Mario, and I'm back with another episode of Endurify. And today, I want to share what my training is going to look like this week, because I am 12 weeks out from Half Ironman Des Moines, which is my next big race that I'm training for, and just wanted to share some thoughts about that. So, for those of you that are listening to this and you're thinking about signing up for a half Ironman, one of the big questions that people have is, how long do I need to train for? So just like any good answer or any good question, it usually ends with something like, well, it depends, because there's not just one blanket answer. It depends on what's your previous fitness level, how much experience do you have in swimming, biking, and running, where are you currently at, like all of those different things. But if you want to just like a blanket answer, it can be anywhere from 12 to 20 weeks or more, depending on what your fitness level is. And so for me, whenever I'm training, I usually will use something that's a 16-week training plan. If I'm putting together training plans for people who are training for their first time, it could be anywhere from 16 to 20. But whenever I get to about 12 weeks is when I really start to dial it in and really start to focus, because that's almost like a reality check where it's like, okay, this is happening. I need to get serious about it and really, commit and stay focused on my training. So that was going through my head this weekend. I'm like, okay, I'm 12 weeks out. I did the math and it's time to go. So I just wanted to share that first thought. And I mean, the thing that's interesting about this year, just like last year, is people are training and they don't know if their races are going to happen. And I've seen it so much on these Facebook groups where it's like, does anybody have any information? I just want to know, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? It's really hard to train when you don't know if your race is going to happen. And I honestly feel that too. I feel that way where it's like, okay, should I really, stay focused on this? Is it going to happen? Is it not? But regardless of if it happens in Des Moines that day or not, I'm going to do my half Ironman on my own if it doesn't happen. I'm just going to do it kind of solo supported. I'll do it anyways. If you've been listening to this, my whole philosophy is not about the race. It's all about the person you become along the way. And it's the training that helps me become the best version of myself by swimming, biking, running, getting that stress out, releasing dopamine, getting energy, forcing me to eat healthier, sleep better. That is the real benefit in the training. But anyways, those are just a few thoughts about being 12 weeks out and not really knowing if the race is going to happen. My thinking is there's a 60% chance it's going to happen, but you never know. So anyways, what I wanted to do is I just wanted to walk through what my training is going to look like this week since I'm 12 weeks out. And for me, I'm recording this on Tuesday. Right after I record this, I'm going to go jump in the pool, and I'm going to do about a 30-minute swim, just nice and easy, just seeing however many laps I can get in. This is a shorter pool, staying at a kind of like a condo resort. And so this isn't like an Olympic distance pool, but you know what? You get your training in as best as you can. So Tuesday, that's going to be a swim. Tomorrow is Wednesday. That is going to be a 1-hour run. And that's going to be mostly at an easier pace, just going to be doing the lower, heart rate running. And then there are going to be, I'll probably do a few intervals at a higher pace. So probably about 5 minutes of high intensity intervals, followed by, 5 minutes or 10 minutes of a slower jog. And I'll do that maybe 2 or 3 times. But overall should be about an hour run. And then Thursday, that is going to be my biking day. I'll just do an hour, just kind of easy spin. Friday, typically I would have another swimming session, but Friday is the big day where I'm going to be driving back to Iowa. my parents are actually flying out today from Wisconsin. They just got their vaccines. They're good to go. And we're going to hang out for a couple of days. And then we're going to start the big, I think it's like 18-hour drive back with myself, my wife, my mom, my dad, and Ellie, and our dog, all packed in a Nissan Rogue. So it's going to be jam-packed. But anyways, I say that because I'm going to be driving on Friday and Saturday and possibly Sunday as well. So I'm going to need to adjust my training based on that. So on Friday, I will likely take a rest day. And then on Saturday, that will be, since it's easier for me to run than, go for a jump on my bike or go for a bike ride, if I'm going to be on like a hotel staying next to the interstate, I will go for a run on Saturday, which will likely be about an hour. So in a perfect world, if I had more time, I would do an hour and a half. But I'm only going to be doing about an hour, maybe even less, depending on how tired I am from driving. And so then Sunday, once I get back, I will probably go for a bike ride, which will be at least an hour, maybe an hour and a half, again, depending on how much time I have once I get back. So that's just kind of a little look at what a week looks like for training for a half Ironman when you're 12 weeks out. And that's also kind of dealing with that curveball of you're going to be traveling or you're driving or you have some other event that gets in the way of your training. So what I do in those situations is I still try and just get my long run and my long bike in, but I have to be flexible about when I do that. And in the times where, it's just not going to work out, I just take a rest day that day, because I know one day off in the grand scheme of things is not going to have any sort of major impact. So that is just what I have for you. Maybe I'll listen to this by the end of the week and see how I actually did, because part of this is me. If I say I'm going to do these things, then I need to follow through. That's part of the reason why I'm doing this. But that is what it looks like for me this week in training. And so that's where I want to bring it back to you and just ask you, what does your week in training look like? Are you going to be running? You're going to be biking? You're going to be swimming? You're going to do a little combo of all three, or are you doing something completely different? I would love to hear what your training looks like, how that's going for you. So go ahead, reach out to me at mario@endurify.co. Would love to hear what you think. And that's what I have for you today. So hope that served you. Hope you all have an amazing day.